Awesome. So we will get ready to get going. Good morning. Happy Saturday. A little more Eagle story time, and then we will move into something new. But we'll get started. So if you're listening to music, hit play on your playlist, and we'll start lying down. So anywhere on your back, that sounds like a nice place to begin. And allow yourself to get settled. And start from a nice space of relaxation and stillness, softness. Be gentle. And just start to let yourself breathe. And as you breathe and as you settle into your space, I'm going to tell you a couple things about our story for today to remind you of our story and get us set up for some of the theming within our practice. So we're talking about Garudasana, eagle pose is how we translate it often in English. And Garuda is actually not an eagle. He is an eagle-like creature in terms of how we, especially in the US, think of eagles, because he's this really bold, powerful kind of entity. He is the carrier of Vishnu, who is one of the three main deities through the Hindu tradition. And Vishnu we know as the sustainer, kind of the middle of the three. And he's got a head and the wings of a bird, or like a bird-like figure, and the body of a man. And he is known for being kind of bigger than life. He's this carrier of a god. So he's got a real sense of presence and just bigness, largeness, what's the word I'm looking for, about himself. And in the particular story that we're going to talk about today with Garuda, it's all about an adventure. And it's an adventure based on some trouble that his mom gets into. So essentially, Garuda's mom loses a bet with this bunch of snakes. And as part of the debt that she has to pay for losing the bet, she becomes captive in their underground lair. And Garuda, of course, is super distraught about his mom being captured, maybe even more distraught that she's captured by some snakes. I would be distraught. And so the only way that they will free her is if Garuda goes and steals this elixir of the gods that brings immortality called Amrita. And so to find the elixir, Garuda has to go along this path that will present three difficult challenges that he's not sure how he's going to overcome. So today's story is all about leaning into that opportunity to discover capability, to be bold in the energy of Garuda, to overcome the challenges in front of us, to get to what we are seeking. So I invite you to bring that energy, however that fits into your life, into your practice on the mat today. And we'll start to breathe. Exhale all the air out. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Again, deep inhale. Open mouth exhale. One more for good measure. Big breath in. Open mouth exhale out. Begin your Ujjayi pranayama breath. And as you start to breathe in and out of your nose, we'll add a hamstring stretch on your back. So extend your left leg long, hug your right thigh into your chest. You can interlace your hands behind your thigh. You could grab your calf or your shin, or even maybe grab your foot. And just gently pull your leg into your chest while extending through your heel. Flex your foot, push through your heel. Keep as much of a bend in your knees as you please for these early stretches, especially on the back line of your hamstrings. Stay for a breath in. Deepen a little bit more as you breathe out. Switch your legs. Extend your right leg long. Bring your left knee into your chest. Interlace behind your thigh. You might find that grabbing a different part of your left leg feels a little bit better, or allows you to get a little bit deeper stretch, whatever works for you. Remember, bent knees are totally fine, but keep that flex in your foot. Start to feel this in your hamstring, the back of your left thigh, kind of a little bit more towards your glute. Breathe in. And breathe out. Gather your knees into your chest. Give a couple rocks side to side. And begin to rock forwards and backwards. Find some length, travel along your spine, and gain some momentum to come through the tabletop pose. Cross your ankles, plant your palms at the top of your mat. And then just freestyle from here. Maybe some cat and cow is what you would like. Maybe it's a little bit of a twist or a side stretch, neck rolls, barrel rolls, all sorts of opportunities. We're going to be big into our shoulders today. Eagle pose gets a lot of shoulder movement happening, and essentially your arms are going to become like wings and symbolic of an eagle's wings, Garuda's wings. So just start to feel a little bit maybe extra movement in your shoulders. Be mindful of rights and lefts. Maybe you add in something new, something different. And then when all of that initial movement feels sufficient, press back to downward facing dog. Curl your toes under, lift high through your hips. Continue to just move here, bends in your knees, wiggles in your hips and your shoulders. You can press a little bit more weight to each palm to get a little bit more shoulder movement happening here as well. And then eventually come to stillness and downward facing dog. Take this first downward facing dog as an opportunity to really set it up. So press firmly into the meaty part of your palms. Lift your tailbone as high as you can. Let your gaze soften between your shins. And now actively press your heels towards the mat while pushing your tailbone high up above you. Nice. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, gaze to your palms. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Step it forward, feet hip width distance, maybe wider, maybe narrower. You get to choose. First forward fold, traditional ragdoll, you grab for each arm. Or you could do some other variation in your ragdoll. Move, be still. You get to decide. And then switch your grip if you've got one. Elbow, opposite elbow in front. Maybe it's time for a chest expansion or any other variation that you feel would be nice in your body this morning. Lovely, my friends. Release your fingertips down to the mat. Toe heel your feet together until they touch and put a little bit more bend in your knees as you slowly, slowly, slowly rise up to a standing position. Lengthen your legs, lengthen your spine, reach through the crown of your head and get some big, big shoulder rolls here. Go the natural way and then go the unnatural way. And we'll meet in Samastitihi, standing at attention pose. Bring your thumbs to heart center, spread your fingers wide and really lift your heart space up and open into your thumbs. So Garuda's tale today is an adventure that requires us to be bold and lean into the obstacles that we're not sure how we're going to face, but we're going to do it anyways. And we're going to believe in our capability to figure it out. Harness that energy in your practice and allow that sense of power and openness to be present on your mat. We'll send the intention out together. Exhale all the air out. Big breath in, fill up. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Seal your lips, breathe in through your nose. Through your nose, breathe out. Blink your eyes open, palms to your sides. Sun A, a little bit different. Inhale, mountain pose, lift and reach through your fingertips. Exhale, palm tree. Airplane your arms, lift your heels up away from the mat and pause and breathe. So palm tree legs stay nice and long, just like mountain pose, but add those airplane arms, push your weight as far into the fronts of your feet as you can. Remember, your arms are your wings today, so really lean into flapping wings. Inhale, mountain pose, heels down, arms up high. Exhale, forward fold. Lead with your chest as you lower to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, nice long spine. Exhale, crouch and curl. Tense your fingers, lift your heels, drop your hips down to your heels and round your spine so your forehead pushes right to your knees. Tuck your chin onto your chest for maximum rounding and bring your shoulders down away from your ears. Get as small as you can. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's flow it. Inhale, mountain pose, heels down, lengthen and rise. Exhale, palm tree, push your weight to your toes, reach your fingertips back. Inhale, mountain pose, legs down, arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Remember, big dramatic movements with your arms. Inhale, halfway lift, reach through the crown of your head. Exhale, crouch and curl, sink into that tiny little ball, heels high, hips low. Breathe in. Breathe out. Do it one more time. Inhale, mountain pose, root through your feet, lengthen and rise. Exhale, palm tree. Use your core stability to help you lift your heels even higher. Inhale, mountain pose, feet down to reach up. Maybe you look up. Exhale, forward fold. You can swan dive for maximum movement in your arms. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, crouch and curl. Twirl that tiny little ball one more time. Stay for a breath in. And stay for a breath out. Inhale, halfway lift. Push your feet to the mat. Exhale, high plank pose and hold. Plant your palms, step your feet back. Guide your shoulders right above your wrists. Tuck your tailbone slightly down. Broaden your shoulder blades apart. One breath in. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Lead with your chest. We're talking about snakes, so let's do a cobra pose. Walk your thumbs back beneath your elbows. Feel your feet together to touch. Inhale, cobra pose. Lift your chin, lift your chest. Breathe. Draw your navel up and in. Lift your kneecaps up away from the mat. Squeeze at your glutes. Flex your quadriceps. One more breath in to lift. Exhale, slow, lower down to the mat. Twice with breath. Inhale, cobra. Lift for the entire inhale. Exhale, release. Lower for the entire exhale. One more time. Inhale, cobra pose. Maybe one more set of ribs comes up from the mat. Exhale, slowly lower down. Curl your toes under. Inhale, high plank pose. Do a push-up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. One more like that. Big inhale. Feel the power build as you exhale. We're going on an adventure. We'll do our sun B. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, feet to touch at the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, chair pose, sit low, lift your chest, reach high and breathe. Just like the first down dog, use the first chair pose to really feel this in your body. Stay low, low, low in your hips. Keep your weight towards the back of your mat rather than towards the front, and add a little bit more lift of your chest and tuck of your tailbone. Breathe in. Exhale, drinking bird. Reach your fingertips back, lift your heels up from the mat. It's a lot like palm tree, but this time you've got bent knees and bent hips. Squeeze your legs together, broaden through your chest. Nice. Inhale, chair pose, feet down, arms high. Exhale, forward fold, thumbs through heart center this time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. First time in your practice today. Inhale, upward facing dog. Feel that nice arch in your back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Inhale, kick your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step between your palms. Back knee down. Inhale, crescent moon, lower to your left knee. Reach your arms high. And then as you exhale, we'll hold this first one. So good opportunity to do kind of whatever you want here in this first lunge. Can interlace your fingers on your front thigh and push forward a little bit more. If a side bend would feel good, you could totally reach your left arm up and over. Maybe a back bend would feel nice. Any of those are great options for this particular practice today. And then arms back up high. Take a breath in. Exhale, open twist. Reach your left fingertips forward and your right fingertips back. Feel your shoulders soften down. Broaden your chest open to the side. And remember, arms are wings today, so feel that expansiveness through your palms. Curl your back toes under. Inhale, crescent lunge. Lift off your left knee. Come to stand. Square your chest forward and breathe. Feel your left thigh reach up away from the mat. Press into your right heel and extend your palms straight up from your shoulders. Breathe in. Exhale, airplane arms. Extend your fingertips to the back of the room. Inhale, star pose, open to the side of your mat. Exhale, goddess pose, thumbs to heart center, bend your knees, sink low in your hips. First time we always hold, so good opportunity to just kind of move and wiggle. Allow your body to stretch and open in this particular manner. And then as you're ready, back to stillness, thumbs back to your chest. Rather than leaning forward, lift your shoulders above your hips, tuck your tailbone under, feel your abdominals crunch together. We're gonna go to the front. Inhale, warrior two. Point your right toes forward, reach your arms long, and breathe. Different way to get to warrior two, so make sure your feet are set up the way you want them. Your left foot is parallel or slightly forward from parallel to the back of the mat. Point your right toes straight forward, lift your shoulders above your hips. Breathe in. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach your right arm forward, then drop it down. Lift your left arm up. Rotate your chest open. Feel the expansiveness in both sets of ribs. Lift your gaze towards your left palm. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep the bend in your front knee as you reach high. Exhale, high to low plank. Travel towards your mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do it on the left. Inhale, kick your left toes high. Exhale, low lunge, step all the way through. Bring your right knee down. Inhale, crescent moon, drop to your right knee, lift your chest. And then as you exhale, we'll hold this first left side as well. So do something similar to what you did on the first side. If you side bent, whatever. Do a side bend. If you back bended, do a back bend. Whatever nuances feel good to add in though, definitely let that happen. Then lift our palms back up to the sky, big breath in. Exhale, open twist to the left, right palm forward, left palm back. Feel the expansiveness in your Garuda wings as you broaden from the front to the back of your mat with your fingertips. Come to stand, inhale, crescent lunge, curl your back toes under, lift off your right knee, reach high and breathe. Pivot your left hip crease a little bit back, tuck your tailbone underneath to help lift your chest up. Big breath in. Exhale, airplane arms, sweep your fingertips behind you. Inhale, star, big open and rise up to the side. Exhale, goddess, thumbs to heart center, bend your knees, sink low. One more time to hold goddess pose and find any movements that would feel good. Kind of a little twist of your hips from the front to the back can feel particularly nice for me anyways. But you do whatever feels nice for you. And then sink back into that stillness as low as you can in your goddess pose. Push to the outer edges of your feet. Feel the outer line of your glutes and your thighs really light up and point your tailbone down. We go to the front. Inhale, warrior two. Point your left toes forward, reach your arms open and breathe. Feel that powerful stance in your legs. Push to the knife edge of your right foot and really draw your chest open to the side. Big breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach your left palm forward and down, your right arm up. Last pose we'll hold to set up Sun B. Reach your chest and collarbones forward and then open your torso more as you lift your gaze up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Sweep your left palm to the sky. Exhale, high to low plank. Travel towards your mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nicely done. Big breath in. And a full breath out. One more like that. Powerful inhale. Let the power build. Powerful exhale. Let's do it breath to movement. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, chair pose, sit low, lift your chest. Exhale, drinking bird, heels high, reach your palms higher than your hips. Inhale, chair, heels down, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, glide down to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, push your way towards your toes. Exhale, high to low plank, or if you've got a variation, go for it. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, kick your right leg up. Exhale, low lunge, step it all the way to the front. Back knee down, inhale, crescent moon, lift your chest, reach high. Exhale, open twist to the right. Remember, big arm movements. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise to stand, reach up. Exhale, airplane arms, sweep your fingertips to the back. Inhale, star, open to the side. Exhale, goddess, sink low, low, low. Stay low, inhale, warrior two, reach your right toes forward. Exhale, extended side angle, open your chest. Inhale, reverse warrior, keep the bend in your knee. Exhale, high to low plank, your version, your way. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, kick your left leg up. Exhale, low lunge, round your spine to step it through. Inhale, crescent moon, big sweeping palms to the sky. Exhale, open twist to the left, reach from the front to the back. Inhale, crescent lunge, charge into your back foot. Exhale, airplane arms, broaden your chest forward. Inhale, star, open as big as you can. Exhale, goddess, find the depth in your posture. Inhale, warrior two, point your left toes forward. Exhale, extended side angle, broaden your torso. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach up, look up. Exhale, high to low plank, bring it down towards your mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause, breathe in. Breathe out. We come back to our story this final time. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, chair pose, sit low. This time as you exhale, eagle pose on the right. Bring your right arm under your left, palms to touch or grab opposite shoulder. Stand on your left foot. Bring your right thigh high, high, high up and over. You could get that double wrap or maybe right toe comes down as a little kickstand. Keep your hips square to the front. And for this eagle pose, keep your chest lifted. So 3 obstacles that Garuda meets on the path to try to save his mom with this elixir. The first obstacle is this big ball of fire right in front of him. And he's like, what the heck am I supposed to do about that? How do I put out a fire? What can I possibly do? And he discovers a lake nearby. You're here for 3. Back to chair pose in 2. And 1, back to chair, feet down, arms high, big breath in. Exhale, eagle on the left. Left arm under right, palms together to touch or grab your shoulders. Stand on your right foot this time and bring your left leg up and over. Remember, lots of little variations for eagle pose, but keep your hips square to the front, your chest lifted, your palms away from your face. Garuda realizes he's a pretty big, powerful being, and he's got this huge beak because he's got the upper body of a bird. So he goes to the water nearby, gulps up as much water as he can, and sprays it all over this fire in front of him to put it out and make his way through. You're here for 3. Back to chair pose in 2. And 1, back to chair, feet down, arms high, big breath in, nice focus. Exhale, forward fold, hinge from your hips. Inhale, halfway lift, feel that length in your spine. Exhale, high to low plank. Remember, you can start to skip it or vary it. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, kick your right toes high. Exhale, low lunge, step it all the way through. Back knee down, inhale, crescent moon, lift your chest, reach up. Exhale, open twist, sweep your right palm behind you. We're gonna twist deeper. Inhale, push your palms to your right shoulder. Exhale, revolve, crescent moon. Hinge your chest forward. Bring your left elbow on top of your right leg. Totally welcome to stay with the back knee down. If you want revolve crescent lunge, curl your back toes under. lift off of your back knee and continue to open your chest to the side. Press your navel in, broaden through your heart space in the name of wings. If you want to open your arms here, go for it. Garuda arms, Garuda wings present in your practice. Nice and that you're here for 3. Slow transition to star pose in 2. And 1, slow transition to star. Lift your chest, open to the side, big rise up, breathe in. Now listen. Exhale, arch your arms on the right. Drop your right palm between your shoulder blades. Flip your left palm behind you. Reach it down, then reach it up. You may bring your fingertips to touch along your spine, or they may be inches away from each other. That's totally fine. Goal is to point your right elbow up, left elbow down. Breathe in. Exhale, add the goddess pose legs. Sink low in your hips, tuck your tailbone, keep your chest lifted, feeling a little bit of that opening in your shoulders. Now, one more breath in, keep your arch your arms. Exhale, add warrior 2 legs. Point your right toes forward, parallel your left foot to the back, open your chest more to the side. Now, this time as you inhale, release, open your fingertips up. Exhale, extended side angle, right arm down, left arm up. You can do good old-fashioned extended side angle. Maybe you go back towards a half bind, left hand to right hip crease. You could go towards full bind, right arm underneath your thigh, reaching to clasp your fingertips together, but maintain the integrity of your extended side angle. Spine nice and long rather than rounding down. Open your chest. Keep your connection to your breath. Are you feeling the opportunity to reach into things you didn't know you were capable of? That's the spirit of Garuda. You're here for 3. Reverse warrior, maybe with a half bind in 2. And 1, inhale, reverse warrior. Keep a half bind if you please. Exhale, high to low plank. Travel towards your mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do the last side. Inhale, kick your left toes high. Hi, Sadie. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. Inhale, crescent moon, drop down to your knee, reach up. Exhale, open twist, right arm forward, left arm back. Inhale, thumbs to your left shoulder. Exhale, revolve, crescent moon. Start with your back knee down and really set up the twist in the traditional manner in your upper body. Once the upper body feels set, option to lift off your back knee. Once you're set with your foundation, option to open your arms to fly. Half bind from there, full bind from there, you do you. But we're leaning into the opportunity to embody boldness in a way that allows us to discover things we didn't know we could do. That's Garuda's story. You're here for 3. Beautiful, rise up star pose in 2. And 1, that was gorgeous. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, eagle, arch your arms on the left. Left palm between your shoulder blades. Flip your right palm back. Reach down and reach up. Keep your chest lifted. Reach through the crown of your head. Point your elbows in opposite directions as much as you can. Breathe in. Exhale, goddess pose legs. Sink low. Find that tuck in your tailbone to help keep your chest lifted. One more breath in. Exhale, a warrior 2 legs. Keep your chest opening to the side. Push into your left heel and engage your back glute. Now release the arch your arms. Breathe in. Exhale, extended side angle. Left arm down, right arm high. You can come back to arm variations from here. Half bind, full bind, wherever you please, wherever your practice takes you. Stay connected to breath. Dial into a focus. We're all on a journey, right? Just like Garuda. Stay present to what's in front of you. You're doing so good. You're here for 3. Reverse warrior with a half bind if you please in 2. And 1. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach up. Exhale, high to low plank, you fabulous humans, you. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a big breath in. Powerful exhale out. Do that again. Full inhale, fill up. Loud exhale, let it go. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step all the way through to your mat. Sit down, grab a little water. All right, we've made it through one obstacle. We've got 2 more to go. We're gonna stop and do a little bit of belly up core and come back into some eagle pose variations and a bunch of good stretching along the way as well. So come down to your back, and we're doing an eagle story time. So we have to do eagle crunches, right? So eagle arms on the right arm under, eagle legs, right leg over, full back down, breathe in. As you exhale, crunch your elbows and your knees into each other. Inhales, lower you down. Exhales, crunch you in. I highly recommend doing eagle crunches a little bit slower than you would do regular crunches. They are much more tiring because everything is in the midline of your body. So you're using a lot more of your brute effort to drop everything in. So take your time, feel the control and the exertion as you lift your tailbone and your shoulder blades up from the mat, keeping your exhale breath connected to that movement. Here for 4, 3, add a pulse in 2, and a 1, tiny pulse, 1 inch up, 1 inch down, 1 inch up, 1 inch down for 4, 3, left side in 2, and a 1, left side, left arm under, left leg over, full spine down, breathe in. Exhale, slow crunch, elbow to knees. Inhales, lower you down. Exhales, crunch you in. Inhales, lower you down. Exhales, crunch you in. Remember, slow and controlled, my friends. Breath will help you feel that capability. Think about Garuda realizing it could fill up his beak with water to eliminate this fire. That's kind of about capacity of breath. We have this ability to create a control over our movement, control over our exertion when we realize how powerfully we can breathe. Here for 4, 3, add the pulse in 2, and 1, tiny pulse, 1 inch up, 1 inch down, 1 inch up, 1 inch down, just 4, 3, long body stretch in 2, and 1, long body stretch, arms go long, legs go long, take a big breath in, and take a big breath out. Next is bridge pose with some bridge lifts. So bring your heels in underneath your knees, palms down beside your hips, breathe in. Exhale, lift your hips up for 2, lower and hover for 2, lift it up for 2, lower and hover for 2. Exhales lift you up, inhales lower you down and hover. Exhales lift you up, inhales lower you down and hover. Exhales lift you up, inhales lower you down. Here for 4, 3, hold it up in 2, and 1, lift and hold. Add a one-legged bridge. Kick your right heel up and straight out from your hip. Flex your foot. Use your glute strength, your spine strength to keep your hip points square to the ceiling. Here 4, last 3, switch sides in 2, and 1, right heel down, left heel up and out from your mat. Push your hip points up. Squeeze your glutes. Use the strength of your spine. Here 4, last 3, bridge in 2, and 1, bridge pose, both feet down, lift your heels or lift your hips up as high as you can. Here for 4, lower down in 3, last 2, and 1, lower your spine to the mat. Hug your knees into your chest, rock a little side to side. And then as you're ready, begin to rock forwards and backwards. We will meet in downward facing dog. And as you come to your downward facing dog, remember your block might be useful in this next set of poses that we're doing. So have your block nearby. And return to your Ujjayi pranayama. Big breaths in through your nose. Through your nose, breathe out. One more time, big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, kick your right toes high. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. Inhale, crescent moon, lift your chest, reach high. This time as you exhale, half splits. Just get a little counter stretch here with your half splits. Your legs are bending in the opposite direction that they do in crescent moon. Dig your right heel into the mat. Feel a stretch on the back of your right hamstring and really let your belly fall over your right thigh. You're here for 3. Rise up to warrior 1 in 2. And 1, rise up to warrior 1, come back through low lunge, push your left foot down at the back of your mat, lift your chest, reach high, breathe, my friends. Take a moment to really feel those powerful warrior 1 legs underneath you. Pivot your right hip crease back, tuck your tailbone under. Breathe in. Exhale, add a chest expansion grip. Inhale, lift your chest, open it up. Exhale, humble warrior, lean forward, and then round your right shoulder to the inside of your right thigh. A chest expansion grip is essentially the opposite movement in your shoulders from eagle arms. So let this feel a little bit like a counter stretch. Squeeze your palms together. You can lift them up away from your low back or keep them closer to your low back. Either is fine. Root under your back foot. Nice, great, Julie. You're here for 3. Slow rise up to warrior 1 in 2. And 1, slow rise up to warrior 1. Release your chest expansion, reach your arms high, take a big breath in. Exhale, add eagle arms on the left arm under, palms to touch or grab your shoulders. 1 more breath in to prepare. Exhale, eagle pose. Stand on your right foot, bring your left thigh up and over your right. Sink back low into your stance. Find the basic foundation first, and then this time, fly your eagle. Round your spine forward and down. Bring your elbows to your knees. The second obstacle that Garuda runs into is this metal door with this round set of spikes with a tiny, tiny hole in the middle of the spikes. He's like, well, how the heck am I supposed to get through that? And then he realizes, in addition to being really big, he can do what you're doing right now and hug everything in and get really, really small and fit through the hole between the spikes. Second obstacle conquered. You're here for 3. Rise up, one-legged mountain pose in 2. And 1, gorgeous Gale, unravel everything. Bend your left knee up, reach your arms high, get as big as you can, breathe in. Exhale, standing splits, thumbs through heart center, bring them all the way down to the mat. Point your left big toe back. Maybe it starts to go up a little bit more to the ceiling, or it could look more like a standing L, that's fine. This is a good pose to use your block under your palms. Or if you want a balancing challenge, bring your hands to your right ankle. Stay as long in your right leg as you can, and get as long in your left leg, as high in your left leg as you can. You're here for 3. We'll come down to seated spinal twist in 2. And 1, seated spinal twist. Bring your left knee down to the mat. Come to have a seat to the inside of your left foot, and bring your right foot to the outside of your left thigh. If your right sit bone is lifted like mine is, kick your left leg out long, right ankle next to your left knee. Tense your right fingertips behind you. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, open your twist to the right. Bring your elbow over your right thigh. Remember, every inhale breath, your spine gets longer. Every exhale, you twist open a little bit more. Chest stays lifted, crown of your head reaches as high as you can. 1 more breath in. Twist even deeper as you breathe out. Slowly come back to center. Quick counter twist to the other side. And then bring your chest back forward. For this next transition, if your left leg went long like mine, bring it back in. From there, you're going to walk your palms forward and set up cow face legs. So bring your right knee directly in, right knee directly in front of your left knee, and then come back once again to have a seat. This time between your heels with your right knee stacked on top of your left knee as much as you can. That's what makes the cow face. That's the mouth. If your mouth is a little lopsided like mine, that's where blocks can make a nice little wedge to feel stable. Sit bones down as much as you can. Couple things you could do with your hands. You can keep them just rested. You could do eagle for this one, do left arm under. Or if you wanted to do a full cow space pose, do left arm up and down, arch your arms on the left essentially. Left elbow up, right elbow down. Once you've made your choice with what your hands are doing and your sit bones are connected to the mat so your spine is pretty straight, option to hinge forward. If your sit bone isn't quite down, keep your chest lifted. It's just going to be better on your back. And you'll still get a good stretch here either way. So Garuda's made it through 2 obstacles by recognizing what he can do that he never really quite thought about in that way before. And he's got 1 more to go. Slowly rewind. If you hinge forward, lift your chest. Remove any blocks you have. Walk your palms forward. Unpretzel your legs. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Lift your hips, find some good pedals, some good wiggles, get the juices back flowing there. And let's do our final side. Inhale, kick your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step it all the way through. Back knee down, inhale, crescent moon, 1 last time. Exhale, half splits, tense your fingers, straighten your left leg, push your hips back, reach your chest forward and down. Remember, really dig your left heel into the mat and then energetically drag it back to get a little bit more sensation in that hamstring stretch. You're here for 3. Warrior 1 in 2. And 1, warrior 1. Come to your lunge, push your right foot all the way down, lift to stand and reach high. Pivot your left hip crease back, internally rotate your right thigh forward and push down, down, down into the knife edge of your back foot. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, chest expansion, grip behind you. Get the opposite motion in your shoulders. Breathe in. Exhale, humble warrior. Lean forward. Guide your left shoulder towards the inside of your left leg. Let the crown of your head soften down as your knuckles lift up. Just helping get some good mobility happening in your shoulders with some of these counter movements and like chest expansion, arch your arms, because eagle really brings your shoulder points inward. This is bringing them outward. Stay very rooted at the back of your mat. How's your breath doing right now? You're here for 3. Slow lift back up to warrior 1 in 2. And 1, slow lift back up to warrior 1. Lift your chest, reach high, breathe in. Exhale, eagle arms on the right. Right arm under, palms together to touch. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, full eagle pose. Stand on your left foot. Bring your right leg up and over, sink low, low, low into your stance. Set up the basic foundation first. And then once that foundation feels firm, fly your eagle down. Remember, from here on out, when you do this in your eagle pose, it's all about that second obstacle, getting really, really small to fit through the hole between those metal spikes. Find that spot to gaze. Feel connected in your space. You're here for 3. Slow rise up, one-legged mountain pose in 2. And 1, unravel everything. Slowly get big on your mat, palms to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, standing splits. Reach your toes back, fingertips down to the mat. And then you decide the depth and the variation of your standing split. Maybe you go for that balancing challenge by grabbing your ankle. Maybe you keep your hands on the mat or use your block. Legs can be more of a standing L. That's totally legit for a lot of us. So you do you, but remember, we're discovering what we're capable of. You're here for 3. Come down to that seated spinal twist in 2. And 1, seated spinal twist, right knee down to the mat. Come to have a seat to the inside of your left foot. Right foot to the outside, left foot to the outside of your right leg. That's a lot of rights and lefts. If your sit bone's lifted, extend your right leg out long. Left fingertips behind you. Inhale, reach your right arm high. Exhale, twist open to the left. Anytime I have to say a lot of rights and lefts, I remember that it really wasn't until I was in marching band in high school that I had an easy time of remembering which was my left and which was my right. Something about that helps me understand lefts and rights a lot better, but can still easily get tongue-tied around them. Spine stays nice and long. Remember, inhales, you get longer. Exhales, twist open a little bit more. One more breath in. One more breath out. One quick counter twist to the other side, come back through center, and then twist open to the right. Come back forward. If your right knee went long, bend it back. Walk your palms forward, set up your cow face legs, left knee directly in front of your right knee, and then come back and have a seat between your feet. And again, rights and lefts in our hips can sometimes be different. This side is really hard for me to get my left knee over center, so do as close as you can. And if you've got these big gaps like I do, that's where the block can be a nice little wedge. If your sit bones are down, well, first do arms. So where are your hands going? You could do eagle arms on the right. You could do archer arms on the right. You could keep your hands right resting on your legs. If sit bones are down, opportunity to hinge forward into any final pose. So the final obstacle that Garuda comes across is a couple of really nasty, big, scary snakes. And if Garuda is anything like me, I can't think of anything worse to come across. And he is, again, not sure what he's going to do. These snakes are scary. They're huge. They seem like they could overtake him at any moment. But that's when he remembers he has these big, powerful wings. And then they're in this big, sandy mountain path. And so he flaps his wings as big and as ferociously with as much strength as he can, burrows up this dust storm that blinds the snakes, and the snakes can no longer see him or attack him or even know where he is. And he makes it through the final obstacle to get the immortal elixir to get his mom back. Slowly rewind, lift your chest. Once your chest is lifted, remove any blocks. Walk your palms forward, unpretzel your legs, come back through downward facing dog. Big pedals and wiggles. Once you're in your downward facing dog, it'll be your final time in down dog, so let it feel good. And then inhale, look beyond your palms. Exhale, step all the way through, come to a seat on your mat. Let's do seated forward fold before we lie down. Legs out long in front of you, sit bones right underneath you. Keep your chest lifted so your spine stays nice and long. Breathe in. Exhale, fold down over your legs. Grab for the soles of your feet or your shins. You do you. I like to shimmy my hips back just a little bit further. Once I have a handle on my feet, breathe in to get longer. Breathe out to fold deeper. Again, inhales to lengthen. Exhales to fold. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, lower all the way down to your back, one vertebra at a time. And when you come all the way down, legs up the wall is next. With your spine fully on the mat, push your heels up to the ceiling. I like to grab a block and at its lowest height, place it underneath my low back. Welcome to do that. It's a good way to find that nice little pressure point, take some of the strain out of your legs. And it's a lovely place to be restful. So find some stillness here. We'll be here for several breaths. So Garuda gets this elixir to deliver back to the snakes. He gets it back there. And just as he arrives, the gods show up and are like, not so fast. That's ours, not yours. We're going to take that back. Disappointed, the snakes sneak a taste before they remove it. And that, by legend, is why snakes have forked tongues, is because of the taste of the elixir. Nevertheless, Garuda gets his mom back. and they live happily ever after, or however fairy tale stories end, right? You are welcome to stay here in Legs Up the Wall. It's a lovely place to be. Otherwise, plow pose is your next opportunity. Lift your hips, guide your toes down towards the ground behind the crown of your head. Maybe they reach there, maybe they don't. So really keep your hands on your spine, unless on your low back, unless you are bringing some weight into your toes on the ground behind your head. If you are bringing weight into your toes, option for a chest expansion on your mat. And I would totally recommend doing that for one more little counter stretch to all of those eagle arms. From plow pose, shoulder stand is next. Bring your hands back to your low back if they left. Point your toes and guide them straight up above your hips, and lift your hips straight up above your shoulders. Make that big long line really, really nice. And make the back of your throat, your back of your neck really becomes your foundation here, and really utilize that foundation to lengthen everything up. One more breath in, really lovely. Exhale, ear pinning pose, knees drop down to your temples. Love the choice, Kelly. And then happy baby is where we'll meet. If your block is still underneath you, remove it first. And then make your way back down into happy baby. Grab behind your knees, grab your shins, the arches of your feet. And find a little movement side to side. Some length in your legs, whatever feels good. And then hug your knees into your chest. We'll end with a supine twist. Left leg long, right knee in. Use your left hand to guide your knee across your body. Reach your arm open. Gentle, gentle twist here. Invite your eyes to close. Our journey, this particular journey that requires our boldness, is over. Now it's time to rest and celebrate the fruits of our efforts. Slowly come back to center. Switch out your legs, right leg long, left knee in. Final supine twist, guide your left knee across your body. Reach your arm open, gentle, gentle twist. Any control you've got left over anything other than the twist itself, let it go. Your breath, your gaze, anything you're holding on to, allow it to release. And then gently come back through center. Hug both knees into your chest. Curl yourself into that tiny, tiny little ball of an awesome human. Give yourself a big squeeze and breathe in. Open mouth exhale, corpse pose, Shavasana. Extend your legs long. Feet flop open, arms beside you face up. Take up space. Allow yourself to take up space. And let go, my friends. We've got plenty of time. So I'm going to give you 2 full minutes here of stillness and silence to just be and breathe, and then I'll guide you out. Enjoy. whatever you discovered, whatever you notice about your capability and your strength and your uh, accomplishments of doing hard things and getting to the other side that happens on your mat. Invite that belief and that confidence in yourself to come with you off of your mat. Slowly, slowly, slowly regain some movement in your body. Recapture control of your breath and make your way to a long body stretch. Reach your hands behind you, point your toes in front of you. Big, big, powerful breath in, just stretch it all out. One more big, powerful breath out to let it all go. Draw your knees into your chest, roll to a fetal pose first, flop to either side. And then from that fetal pose, press yourself up to a comfortable seat, face the front of your space, reclose your eyes. Sit up nice and tall, push your thumbs to your heart space, and just take a moment to acknowledge your own journey and that we're here, we're doing it. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard, but we're here and we are a testament to our own strength by the persistence and the boldness that we have harvested. Bring your thumbs to your third eye. Space between your eyebrows. We acknowledge the journey and where it takes us, this sense of enlightenment, of intuition that we gain about ourselves and who we're becoming. So grateful you're here. Bowing forward, we seal our practice. Peace.